Yo, what's up and welcome back everybody. It's Saturday and I hope everyone is having a great day so far. It's real talk time, so let's get right into today's topic. The Los Angeles load management Clippers, so-called LA takeover. For some people who may not know, the Los Angeles Clippers has come out with their injury report for Game 4, and once again, Kawhi Leonard is out because of a knee sprain. So this is like year 4 of the so-called Clippers takeover of LA. Yeah, right. You know what? I'm sick of this media trend of these like unrealistic storylines that's being created by big sports networks just for content. You know, it's just crazy to me how they come up with the weirdest and sometimes most unrealistic storylines just for content. I know I said that twice, but it need to be said twice because it happens over and over again by these big time networks. And the LA takeover one has been going on for over a decade now, and that's crazy to me. So let's go back in time a little bit. Bear with me, people. This LA takeover story actually started last decade when the LA Clippers traded for CP3 back in 2011. Now remember, a few years prior to LA trading for CP3, they drafted DeAndre Jordan in 2008. And then the following year, in 2009, they drafted Blake Griffin with the number 1 overall pick. And remember, Blake Griffin coming out of college, he was like crazy. He was dunking over everybody. So for them to trade for CP3, everyone felt like, okay, you know, the Clippers got a little something coming. So let's go to 2013. The Clippers traded a first-round pick to acquire Coach Doc Rivers. Yeah, that's crazy. They traded a pick to acquire a coach. It don't just happen in the NFL. It happened in the NBA also, if anybody wasn't aware of that. But yeah, the Clippers, they traded for Coach Doc Rivers, and years prior in 2008, he won a championship with the Boston Celtics. So once they traded for Doc Rivers, they had CP3, they had Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and now they had Doc Rivers. Also, they had J.J. Redick, amongst other players that helped form out that roster. They had a pretty good team, but at the same time, you know, this narrative started being pushed and pretty much head charged by Stephen A. Smith of ESPN with this LA takeover, and, you know, the Lob City thing started. And I can understand why everybody was saying that, including, you know, Stephen A, because, I mean, the Lakers were losing and the Clippers were winning. But will somebody please tell me, how can you take over a city with no championships? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, the LA Clippers were taking over LA, right? Okay, so let's dig a little deeper. So CP3, he's there. Once again, they got the coach. Team is set. And they took over LA. But in the playoffs, this team, they only made it to one Western Conference Finals. Every year they would get to the playoffs, and every year CP3 would get hurt, and they would get knocked out of the playoffs. So, I mean, where's the takeover at? Okay, so after that era ended, which ended pretty badly because Blake Griffin was signed to a contract extension just to get traded to the Detroit Pistons. DeAndre Jordan ended up with the Brooklyn Nets, and that was the Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving debacle or whatever. But yeah, so that era ended pretty badly. So, okay, let's fast forward to 2019. The Clippers acquired Kawhi Leonard and traded for Paul George. So, let me get this straight. after one failed season after another, the Clippers taking over LA storyline started over. And it was headed and leading the charge once again with Stephen A. Smith. But somebody please tell me, who won the championship that year? The LA Lakers, not the Clippers. Bubble or not, they still won. Stop hating out there for the people that's hating on it. It's in the NBA record books. It's part of history. Let it go. But anyway, that was the Lakers' 17th championship to the Clippers 0. But the Clippers taking over LA, right? Okay. In that offseason, after the Lakers won the championship and the Clippers were knocked out of the bubble, but, it was the playoffs. But anyway, I'm going to stop poking. Doc Rivers and the Clippers decided to mutually part ways. But truthfully, to me, I felt like he was used as a scapegoat. Because if you remember, in a press conference, after they was bounced out, Paul George said something like, and I'm paraphrasing, so he said something down the lines of, he felt like Doc Rivers wasn't the coach for him, or Doc Rivers couldn't coach him, or something like that. And after that, it was pretty much downhill for Doc. So Doc decided to just go on ahead and step down, and that paved the way for Ty Lue. Don't get me wrong, Ty Lue is a very good coach. He's a very good coach to me, but at the same time, I just don't get the move, and I don't get the storyline of the LA Clippers taking over the daggone, we talking about a city that's bled purple and gold forever. I don't even live there, but when you mention LA, the first thing people think about is the Raiders and the Lakers. the Raiders, they don't even play in LA anymore. They play in Vegas. So nobody thinks about the Clippers. But anyway, they're taking over LA, right? So Stephen A. a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, I think I saw it yesterday though, he came out and now all of a sudden he's saying that Kawhi is the worst NBA superstar ever. I heard that, Stephen A. But you need to stop it, Stephen A. Like, you just worry about the New York Knicks, and by the way, you helped push this storyline. Let's not forget what you said. Kawhi Leonard came to LA to take over LA, but the only thing I have seen this far is them getting knocked out of the playoffs and a whole lot of load management talk. Too much load management talk. So they must have managed the load so good that they can't stay on the NBA basketball floor. But anyway, the truth is, the storyline never started. LA Clippers were never even close to taking over LA. And even after LeBron James retired, Anthony Davis fade away, whatever, and the LA Clippers, whatever happened with them, whatever's going to happen with them, shall I say, they're still not going to take over. We're talking about 7 championships in to 0. That's not a takeover. You got to win 1 championship just to say that you done it. But you got to get to, in my opinion, I would say at least about 7 to 8 to start a conversation about it. But that's even pushing it. So once again, it's Saturday. Hope everybody have a great day. That's my opinion. What's your opinion on this LA Clippers meltdown, I will call it? Comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.